A comforting cup of coffee, a mesmerizing morning, and a charming car. Sounds like the perfect mantra to a good day, right? Well, I am banking on one because I'm rest assured that my drive today is going to be relaxing. And while I am driving out station for a meeting, I thought why not share my thoughts with you on the Lexus ES300h. So, let's go. The Lexus ES300h has been on sale for a while now and is one of the most comfortable premium executive sedans. Today it's going to be a long drive and I am in no mood to rush. Comfort is my top priority. Now why I chose this ES for the long commute is because of hybrid power. So while I'm saving on fuel expenses, my drive is also more silent and less exhausting. Perhaps that's the best part about this car. The ES is not a sports car and it doesn't behave like one. So with a tap on the throttle, it won't fly. But it will build up on the speed quite smoothly. Yes, it takes its time to get to triple digit speeds, 9.8 seconds to be precise, because the car is fairly heavy and you feel that in the progression. So once you get on that triple digit speed above the 100 kilometers per hour mark, the car feels composed and the suspension works very well. Even at higher speeds, the car is pliant and the undulations are tackled very handsomely. On the potholes, the suspension really shows its charm because they don't feel sharp and you don't hear them, you don't hear that thud, and it's a cushiony affair there. So yes, when it comes to ride quality, the Lexus ES is pretty much sorted. Now, if we talk about the engine performance, hybrid power, so yes, from the word go you have electric assistance. In the city, for the most part of it, the electric motor is on the work and the petrol motor kicks in only when you push the pedal harder. On the highway, you have the hybrid assistance as well, and the cabin is very silent because you are doing almost about 1200-1300 RPM, even over 80 kilometers per hour mark. So yes, you hardly get to hear that engine. And then the sound insulation and the deadening also help. Powering the Lexus ES300h is a 2.5-litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder petrol hybrid motor that, along with the assistance of the electric motor, belts out a combined output of around 215 brake horsepower at 5700 RPM and 220 Nm of peak torque between 3600 and 5200 RPM. It's mated to the eCVT gearbox, and at launch or at lower speeds, it's only the electric motor doing the job. In fact, बम्पर टू बम्पर ट्रैफिक में भी इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर इज सफिशिएंट फॉर द मोस्ट पार्ट एंड इसका सबसे बड़ा फायदा फ्यूल इकोनॉमी में देखने के लिए मिलता है. हाँ, पावर डिलीवरी इज नॉट एज अग्रेसिव एज सम ऑफ इट्स राइवल्स. That said, the car doesn't feel underpowered because you have ample reserve of power in the mid-range, so that's something good. You can easily rev at 5700 RPM. What I absolutely love about the ES is the switch between electric motor and petrol motor. फील ही नहीं होता है कि गाड़ी कब इलेक्ट्रिक पावर पे रन कर रही है और कब वो ट्रांजिशन आ चुका है पेट्रोल मोटर का, क्योंकि उस पॉइंट पर जब तक आप आरपीएम मीटर नहीं देख रहे होते हो, you just don't get to know it. So yes, it's seamless, and that's again something which is a strong selling point for the Lexus ES. Now speaking of the gearbox, you just don't feel that rubber band effect in a typical CVT. Yes, this is the eCVT gearbox, but you know that hint comes in only when you rev it really hard and you stretch over 4000 RPM, and that's only when you get to hear this engine. Otherwise, it's very soft and it's very quiet. Now the downshift isn't as sharp as I would have liked, but yes, the paddle shifters, they help. So when you want to make a quick move, you can easily use these paddle shifters and get on with the speed.
Paddle shifters give you more of a regeneration-like feedback. While they do the job for quick overtakes, the response isn't as sharp.
Now the problem that I face is with the ground clearance, especially on rough roads, क्योंकि काफी भारी कार है. Yes, you have that fear of scraping its belly, and that's primarily because of the weight and softer suspension setup. So yes, there is play in the suspension. That's why you have to be very slow when you are crossing a rough patch or when you are taking any pothole or speed breaker.
Ride quality is definitely something this Lexus can boast, but handling is its Achilles heel when you put it against the competition.
Yes, the Lexus ES is no corner cover, so when you are going through corners at higher speeds, you will feel those body rolls. लेकिन लेन चेंज करने के टाइम पे जो मनूवर्स है, उस पॉइंट पे गाड़ी काफी कंपोज्ड रहती है. So yes, no complaints there. And for most of the highway cruising part, it's pretty much sorted. Just that on those sharp corners, you'll need to drop down speed. अब स्टीयरिंग फीडबैक की बात करें. सिटी स्पीड पे भी स्टीयरिंग थोड़ी ज़्यादा भारी और कम्बसम लगती है. सो यस, वहाँ पर आपको थोड़ा सा एक जो फटीग है वो अगर बहुत लंबी सिटी ड्राइव है तो फील होगा. बट ऑन द हाईवे इट्स प्रॉपरली वेड अप. The feedback is not something which you will experience in rivals, especially Beamers. But for a highway cruiser, it's still pretty much sorted. So you will have that confidence when you are going through corners and you want to point the nose in a certain direction. The Lexus ES scores high in the creature comforts department. You have all the modern features. The 12.3-inch touchscreen system with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all sort of connectivity options. But it's wired, so no wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto that could have been there. I have the trackpad here for easy access, and ergonomically it's positioned very well. Again, a 7-inch digital instrument cluster with just the right amount of information on the MID, and my personal favorite is the Mark & Levinson sound system. A 17-speaker setup sounds very acoustic and very crisp. You also have 3-zone auto climate control, ventilated, heated and auto function for the front seats, and just heated function for the rear seat. Again, in our climate conditions, even cool rear seats would have been very welcoming. The next improvement I would have liked to see is in the ambient lighting department, because yes, that could have added to the swanky factor of the car. And memory function for the power adjustable seats, electrically adjustable steering wheel, and welcome gesture command. So yes, features wise, it's pretty much sorted.
What I love is the retro charm this cabin has. The walnut port trim all around, switches on either side of the instrument cluster, thick soft touch cushioning, and especially the analog clock beside the touchscreen. एक रईस वाली feeling आती है. And that brings me to the rear seat as the sun sets.
The rear seat is where most of the ES owners will find themselves, and this place is quite nice to be in because seats are very comfortable. The cushioning is not too firm, not too soft, so good for longer commute, and you have ample amount of legroom. So yes, it feels cavernous, काफी अच्छी जगह है यहाँ पे, and then features भी बहुत सारे मिलते हैं. So this seat can be reclined using buttons right here. It has a good recline angle as well, and this is heated. But ventilated भी अगर होती तो हमारे क्लाइमेट के कंडीशन के हिसाब से ज़्यादा अच्छा होता गर्मी के टाइम के लिए. Otherwise, it's pretty much sorted. I have controls over here. I have temperature control here. दो blower control नहीं है. आगे की जो fan speed है वही fan speed पीछे भी set हो सकती है. So again, वो control भी अगर यहाँ होते तो एक additional benefit होता. You have cup holders. The positioning of the armrest ergonomically is quite good, and I have sun blinds as well. So पीछे सन ब्लाइंड्स है मेरे पास, साइड में सन ब्लाइंड्स है. When you are traveling in daylight, especially in summer, helps to keep the cabin cool.
Well, the cabin definitely feels quite plush and premium. But things get even more interesting when it comes to the design. Here is a brief. So the Lexus has been getting me quite attention as well, and that's primarily because just how it looks. It really looks sexy and perhaps the best in the segment. Dominated by the spindle family grille, you have chrome on the fringes, so looks very nice, very urban and very stylish. Also, there's too much line going on the face, but still it doesn't look busy. It's been done very tastefully, काफी अच्छा देखने के लगता है. The headlights are very sleek, थोड़े से tweak किए गए हैं. You get new diodes here on the inside, and we have very pronounced line on the bonnet as well. Overall, it's a very balanced design and very good mix of body color, chrome and piano black treatment. The 18-inch wheels too look sexy, and the coupe-like C-pillar builds up on the aesthetics. It's no sports car, but the rear will give you that feel. The wider rear track too gives it an adorable stance, while elements like sleek wraparound LED taillights, sharp sculpting and creases on the boot lid, and seamlessly integrated lip spoiler add to the appeal. Well, it's been a good experience. Well, it's been quite a business class travel for me today. The Lexus ES, I have enjoyed it thoroughly, and only thing that I can say is for someone who wants to make a style statement and at the same time be in the lap of luxury, the ES is the model you can put your money on.